back to KOTOR. Gonna finish up Dantooine. And, yeah. I think, yeah. That is also what I've read, yes, that this will be a very good recording for people on YouTube. I am talking to people in chat. Yes, SSDs do lose their sword. They fizzle out if you don't cycle them. If you don't cook them out to power because of the way that they store information.
It is good to see Johnny has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future.
Is this actual Yoda voice, or is this like great value Yoda voice?
Now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantoonie. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
Okay, so I looked it up. This is no, but I was specifically, I know it's not Yoda, but I was specifically thinking about the voice actor. I looked it up. Yeah, it's a guy called Tom Kane, and he does he does a lot of he does voice double for when they're not actually going to get the real voice actors. So for example, he's done doubles for Admiral Akbar, C-3PO, and Yoda. Because Admiral Akbar is dead now, 2016. Anthony Daniels is still alive, who's C-3PO, I think, right? Yes. And then Frank Oz is the actual voice of Yoda. Yeah, so they got a sound alike. It's a good Yoda. You can hear it's not 100% Yoda, but it's close.
Be sure to bring Bastila with you. There is a powerful link between you, and you will need to draw strength from each other during the trials ahead.
All right. I feel like this is what I played most of this game with, is Bastila, Karth.
I demand justice! The Sandral family is a blight upon Dantooine.
Here we go.
He must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
Time to rumble head
as the threat from Darth Malak
yeah, that's
and the
Karth.
Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
Okay.
If Shen Matale is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matale and Sandral estates. They must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
Not to mention that I wouldn't mind getting out of this enclave for a bit. I mean, come on. How bad could it be?
Karth, did you just have a fucking stroke? We spent the last 2 hours fighting Cath Hounds and playing Columbo. Wisdom? she have burst of speed? Oh, she does. No, she doesn't. You cannot deselect the... Wait, why can I use this one then? Character level. Oh, she's not high enough level. That makes sense. Hey, I know I haven't spent all the skill points. Oh, she gets a feat. Every time I do a Swotar Gen Baron, I end up going dark side because every TMP is so annoying.
I'm here.
You talking about the MMO Swotor? Because if you are, I was considering replaying that just to do another run of like the 1 to 50 stories because they're the only thing I find worth a damn in that game. That game's story gets so bad. But I still enjoy every once in a while. Every once in a while, I come back to that game and I end up just making a new character and playing the 1 to 50 stories of at least 1 or 2 or 3 of the classes. Sith Warrior, Jedi Knight, Imperial Agent are like my faves personally, and the ones I think are the best.
Yes, what's on your mind? Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it? Can't say I've ever met a woman
Stop
quite
hitting on
like
me.
you
I'm not
before.
gonna sleep with you,
Here is
Karth.
something. I just don't trust easily, and for good reasons, which are my own.
Fine, you can stuff your reasons then.
Damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I? You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes.
Do we have to
5 years
have
ago,
this-
The Jedi had just finished
Are we gonna
the war
really
with the
have this
Mandalorians.
trauma dump in the
Revan
middle
and
of-
Malak
of, like,
were
the street?
heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust? Of course the Jedi turned to the dark side. There were others, however, who weren't Jedi. Good men, trusted men, who joined them. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and
I've
joined
never
them
done
are even
a light
worse.
side Sith
The dark
run
side has
in,
nothing to do
KOTOR,
with why they
or
joined the
SWTOR,
Sith.
excuse me.
They deserve no mercy.
I have never.
I know. I
just
should
it's
apologize
too
to you.
fun.
I've become so
Like-
accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve
You
that.
it's almost like
just
clowny how
Let's just
ridiculously
continue with what we
evil
were
you can
doing.
be
I'd rather
in
not talk about
SWTOR as a Sith. And like the Sith warrior, you get to do evil clown shit, and you get the best companion in the game in SWTOR. You get Vet, and Vet is so good, and you can take every single opportunity to shock her, and it's always hilarious. I will say the Sith Inquisitor is also... The Sith Inquisitor is low tier pretty darn good, because you also get to do evil clown shit, and your preferred method of doing evil shit is electrocuting people. And the voice actress for the Sith Inquisitor, the female voice actress, she hams it up so hard. She's like this. She's consuming the scenery, and it gets even more hammy as the game goes on. That game is fucking 12 years old. Jesus. Live service games. Dark runs are goofy. Yeah, I know. I love them. They're it's weird because like the Dark Side Empire classes feel more. I don't know. I think maybe the Sith. The Sith you can do like clown shit with them in terms of how evil you are. But then when you do evil like Jedi stuff, it feels more sinister. Like, you know, when your character is like a Sith and they like, you decide to very casually, very callously kill someone, it feels silly sometimes. But then when you're a Jedi and your character callously kills someone, you kind of go, ooh, that was a little dark. That was a little unexpected. And like the game makes it feel like that too. It's not just like how you get it as a player. It feels more menacing as a dark Jedi. All right, so if anyone ever plays SWTOR, do an Imperial Agent playthrough. Imperial Agent is probably one of the best stories. The 1-50 story for the Imperial Agent is one of, if not the best in the entire game. It is really good. And of the original 1-50 stories, I think it's the one that gives the player the most leeway in terms of how they can affect it and what the outcomes are at the end of it. Where the original 1-50 stories, a lot of them are for the most part pretty, like, don't have super a lot for what the player to decide, like how it ends and certain things. The Imperial Agent though really does. I kind of agree with that. I think it's a case of just, yeah, that the light side being light feels like, yeah, I will admit, being like, I don't remember the last time I've done a fucking light side playthrough as like a Jedi, but I remember doing a light side playthrough as a Republic trooper, and it felt very like, I'm like, okay, so this is like G.I. Joe. This is like G.I. Joe shit. You know, it's like you're Captain Hero Action Man, doing the good for the Republic, the people of the Republic. It felt a little,
Let's make this.
How'd you like that?
little cheesy in some cases, but and then yeah, and then yeah, the dark side stuff for the Sith can get pretty crazy in terms of like, it can get pretty crazy in terms of you complete a quest, or like you make it to the end of like a situation, and you have no reason to kill this person. There is no fucking reason to kill this person. But the game gives you the option to, and you can do it. And oftentimes your character will fucking relish being able to kill this or killing this person just to do it. And you kind of go like, you're just a crazy person. Like that's just psychopathy. That's not like, you know, that's not That's not something a sane individual would do. How many saves do I have made? 85. You know, speaking of MMOs, this game almost kind of reminds me of like an early 2000 MMO. I feel like I should be running around here killing 10 hogs and then reporting to get like a quest. That this is like this feels like a level 10 zone in an MMO. You know.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
MMO, but with just less people. You mean like the Old Republic? Whoa. Calling out a game that I have spent a lot of time on.
You have come from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain at this location until he arrives.
I do feel like it feels like it's at the point where it's almost impossible for a game. Not impossible, it's unfair to, but it's difficult for a game to die nowadays.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf
with most
of the
games
council.
Being like live service games and having
ignored.
either
Though
a very low
time would be better
or
spent
no
interrogating
payment
the Sandals as
to
to
entry.
the whereabouts of my son Shen.
A lot of these games can like last forever. Like if KOTOR didn't, or if SWTOR didn't drop the subscription model, it'd be dead.
Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantoonie to escape the crush of humanity on the core worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandals arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since.
Somehow I imagine the story from the Sandals would sound just about the same, don't you?
The injustices the Sandals have committed against the Matales are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandral droids trespassing on my land.
What are they doing
I
here?
have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps. Destruction of my property. Maybe a simple spy mission. I wasn't about to find out. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived. It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandral clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids.
Oh, I already know what this is. This is a fucking Romeo and Juliet, right?
The only resolution possible is the immediate return of my son. Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Now I understand. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange for rescuing Shen from the Sandals. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns of this donation is completely up to you.
Oh, make it 2,000. You have a deal.
2,000? Your greed is outstripped only by your utter lack of any sense of proportion, Jedi.
2,000. Even if you would pay such a fee, what could you possibly need so many credits for?
For that price, I could purchase enough droids to destroy the entire Sandral estate. 2,000 is out of the question. Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that I will not sit idly by much longer. Eventually, I will take whatever action is necessary to rescue my son, including raising the entire Sandral estate.
You would be willing to risk open war over this?
It is the Sandrals who have started this, not I.
And here I thought you would blame us if we failed. It seems everyone is responsible for your actions, except for you.
I don't need to stand here and listen to such impertinence.
I'm impressed, Garth. That interjection was very Jedi-like.
What can I say? You pick up a few things.
I'm afraid Alana's not just making idle threats. He is rash and foolish enough to attempt a full assault on the Sandral estate. Such action would result in an all-out war between the families.
I've seen men like Alan Matale before. He's so convinced that his hatred is justified, he's prepared to do anything. And if we don't intervene, there will be war.
Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.
God, everyone's a fucking asshole. So, is there any, in the Star Wars lore, is there any, what is the precedent for the being evil making you look evil? Is it only like a Sith, like a Force user thing? How evil do you have to be? Like, was Palpatine always like a monster face? Or did he get lightninged and that's why he's a monster face? Does my character just need to get more sunlight? Yeah, you know, like, Dooku was evil, but he looked like a fucking, like a medieval, like a late medieval noble. Palpatine didn't look evil. Darth Vader eventually looked evil, but he got all burned. Well, Dooku was played by like a man who was like 70. Thank you, Christopher Lee. Ooh, I want to shout out again. There, this is a shitty shout out. I'm gonna look up the mod author, the person who made the mod for the portraits, for the up-resed portraits, because they're so good. And I was looking at them a second ago, and I'm like, man, those are pretty. These portraits are up-resed from the originals because the originals were really, really low-res. They were very blurry, that even with all of the UI modifications that were added, the portraits were still the original resolution. This mod, the crazy person who made this mod, this isn't AI upscaling. What they did is they ripped the models from the game files, brought them into Blender, and then using the original thumbnails, the original pictures, as a reference, posed the models and lighting to match, and then saved the photos at a higher resolution for every single player model and for all of the companions, and they look fucking great. That was probably a lot of work, because I was looking for mods that altered the like up-resed profile pictures, and there was another one that someone did using AI, and it looked okay, but it had a little bit of AI scuff to it, where these ones, it's just up-res versions of the original photos, of the original pictures. They're chef's kiss. Great mod. You know what I'll do? I'll look up the link from Nexus of the person who made that mod, and I'll put it in the YouTube video.
What can I do?
What?
I'm here.
Yeah, can we just go south? Is this not where it is? Yeah, it's one further south. I think it's just like modders in general modders are it's like so many mods for games are just a single individual sees one tiny little thing with the game that just bugs them. A single texture, a single model, a single something, and they go, I can fix that. I can make that look better. I can make that, more effective, whatever it is. And then they do it. And then you have hundreds of thousands of people doing that. And then you have a game that is essentially changed by 1,000 little pieces of this one person who said, I can make a better tomato model than Bethesda can.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate? The council. If you are here because of Shen Matale's disappearance, you are wasting your time. The Sandals are not involved. This is nothing but a Matale witch hunt. Cassus is dead, and it is as we feared. You should speak to Nurek yourself. He will want to question you on the details of his son's death. Nurek left orders he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make an exception. Go into the main hall. Nurek will meet with you there.
Oh, you go inside this place.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you have news about my son Cassus.
Your son Cassus is dead.
Cassus is dead? I was afraid of this. Yet in my heart I knew it must be true. What happened to my son? Cath hounds? I was so certain the Matale family was to blame. But this changes nothing. My own son is dead. Why should I shed one tear about the disappearance of my bitter enemy's son?
Typical. Anything to continue the feud which has become so customary to you people.
I must ask you something, though it is difficult for me. My son had a diary, his private, personal thoughts. Now that he is gone, I have nothing else to remember him by. Please, the diary means more to me than it ever could to you. I will give you 100 credits for its return.
All right, just keep it. I want the cash.
For this. The diary is all I have left of my son. We have nothing further to discuss. Please, leave me to my grief.
Well, your son's dead. Most compassionate Jedi.
You are here from the council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale?
Do you know something?
My name is Rahasia. Nurek is my father. He has not been himself since Cassus disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Matales are responsible. He's not thinking rationally.
What? He was killed by Cath hounds.
Cassus is dead? It is as I feared. Though I'm relieved the Matales are not responsible. My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly. You must understand that Father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute.
Can you fucking get to the point?
My father has kidnapped Shen Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Matales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassus.
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
You don't think that perhaps there's more to look at here, do you? That maybe everything isn't what it appears?
Of course not. It seems very simple to me. The Council must be allowed to decide the next step.
No. Since Cassus went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Matales are responsible for what happened to Cassus. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance.
Can anyone be normal in a video game?
Shen is an innocent victim in all
Is that possible?
this. My father is not a bad man, but his grief has driven him to madness. He must be stopped. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
Okay.
Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
I love when I love when NPCs repeat dialogue. It's either a pacifist or a psycho in the Star Wars universe. the only time when people were someone normal was in the original trilogy. Anytime before or after that, and everyone's either an idiot or insane. Oh, hello.
What?
Hey, Bastila, can you
Yes?
step in this mine? Thank you. I like the yaw sound that those robots make when they die. Can I switch my party members here? No, of course not. That would be convenient. We can't have convenience in an old video game. Oh, what did I just... I clicked off the fucking screen. Oh, the game really doesn't like that. Holy shit. Genuinely surprised it didn't fucking crash after that. Holy hell. Should really just bring someone with security. Oh, please. Controls. Thank you. Prison key. Perfect. Oh, wrong person.
How'd you like that?
You saw CRT TV on Facebook Marketplace for several hundred USD? For 1,200 USD? Holy shit. That's nuts. Someone will pay for it. Oh god, my character's looking real fugly now. Holy shit. Yeah, but someone would be nuts enough to buy that. People like, I don't know, I know like people playing like, I think it's Smash Brothers where they still want like CRTs because it's better or something. Okay, so we want... We have toughness? We can do toughness 3. Or implants. We can do implants. Let's do implants now. Powers. What level are we? I don't even know. Did we get the master stuff yet? No. Will do. We'll do enhanced, improved energy resistance. And then next time we'll get force suppression into force breach. And then I think we also need death field. Guarantee the seller was over the age of 50. How fucking big is this place? Jesus, how many droids do you have? You know what? I'm lazy. I'm just gonna auto level up this character. You get auto levels.
Yes? What?
No, you see, you have to save all of the grenades and all of the mines to sell, and at a later date. Constitution, dexterity. Wait, what did that feat that I just chose even do? Oh, of level 2 cybernetics. I can't read. I remember the good old days when I could read. And then I stopped going to school. I finished doing school, and then reading became a thing of the distant past.
What?
Hey, Card,
I'm
do you
here.
want to step in this mine for me?
Yes?
Thank you.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father?
I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous. It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that. If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali?
Oh my god, this is just Romeo and
Then I
Juliet.
too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped. I was taught to hate the Sandrals, to think of them as evil and subhuman. But from the moment I saw Rahasia one day in the city, I knew that my father was wrong. She was like an angel, all white silks and perfume, seeming to float above the crowds. I don't know what else I could have done but fall in love with her. For months I wooed her and
I'm
tried to win
regretting
her
asking
heart.
this question.
I believe I have succeeded, but now this has happened. Our families are always coming between us one way or another. Please find her and convince her to run away with me.
Guy sees one lady, immediately falls for her.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen yet? Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it, but I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Oh, this is good comedy right here. This is great. This is fucking oh. I can't even fucking skip this. I'm soft lock. Oh. 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 Yeah, it won't end. It's waiting for the fucking character to get to the whatever destination. I can't. Yeah, nothing. Oh, all right. Well. All right. Let's give this game a. Give it an alt tab and see if that works. Nope. So I right clicked on the game in the taskbar and hit exit, and now I got. Yes, I do. Games were built differently back in the day. You know, I know I know that modern games have a lot of bugs, and that they're released in broken or unfinished states. That is 100% true. It's not new, I think is what I want to say. Old games also were broken. Old games were also buggy and unfinished. I think it is a case of recency bias, where people focus more on stuff that is more recent, and it gives them a false idea that it wasn't always like this. And that's not justification. It shouldn't be like this. The game shit should work, but it's not new.
Who are you?
Yep. Here, rescue. Okay. If we can get her to come with us, I'll go speak. Okay, so how about you two stay there? Where are you going? Okay, stay there.
What are you doing here?
I'll leave without you. There we go. I guess we go back to the other guy. Old models getting broken is it's.
You're back. Have you spoken to Rahasia?
You know what I think it is? For me, in my mind, I think when a game bugs out in a way like it just did, it breaks the illusion. You know what I mean? Like I was immersed. This game looks old and is and all that, but I was still immersed in the world and the characters and what was happening at the moment. And then when that model bugged out and the game was just frozen, it broke the illusion. The illusion was shattered. The facade was stripped away, and I kind of remembered that. Oh yeah, this is all just like pantomime. This is all just like a show. You know what I mean? This is all just a like theater. And this isn't real in any sort of way. It's just, characters running on scripts and repeating lines that are just, audio logs or audio files, right? And it made me kind of laugh of just like, man, this is dumb looking.
I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia waiting.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Well, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us. You're right. We should go as fast as we can. I don't know how long it will be before my father realizes we're gone.
You're right. We should.
There you are, Shen.
Father!
Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
Father!
Mr. Sandral!
Nurik!
Alan!
I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Please listen to her, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain with that Sandral harlot.
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog! We are trying to be reasonable here, of course. We are sensible people, after all. But our children are being so stubborn.
If Shen would just understand that he has to do what I want, this would all be solved easily. No, I won't let you do this.
I don't care. Rahasia and I will live on our own if you won't accept us.
You will do no such thing. I am
I wonder
your father,
if I buffed
order
myself
you to
before
come
this,
back
would
with
I
me.
have
No,
would
Father, I won't.
succeed that persuade chance?
You will not leave with this Matale boy!
I am, Father, and you can't stop me. We're leaving for the Enclave.
You foolish girl!
You expect us to just let them leave? Droids, stop them!
You will not turn your droids on my daughter. Droids, don't let them take Rahasia.
We appear to be at an impasse then. And they got away.
It is your fault, Alan. You were always too violent for your own good.
Me? You were the one who rushed out here with war droids.
Shut up.
Do not tell me what to do, Jedi. The Council will hear of the trouble you caused here today. Indeed they shall.
It's literally... I don't know. I was gonna make a political joke, and then I didn't want to. It's not even really political. I was gonna be like, it's the U.S. presidential debates. I'm gonna load this save. I want to load this save, and I want to see if I force valor, will I have enough persuasion to succeed that? I don't know if I will. What the fuck? Where? Well, yeah, they have war droids, both of them using HK. Yeah, it's funny because, well, like the idea is that they're clearly both guilty. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck did I break something? Get the whoa, where is he? They're both accusing some of each other of what they are guilty of. What the fuck? Where the fuck is he? Oh. Oh, invisible wall. That was weird. You know what shatters my illusion? Being a purple skin toned dwarf. Okay, well, you have no one else to. You have yourself to blame for ruining the immersion in the game by making a character that is a clown.
Shen.
Right.
Let's see if we can go. Just get out of here
You're
quickly.
right. We should.
There you are.
Mr.
You
Calm down. Try to sort this out. Persuade.
No.
Nope, don't have enough persuasion for this.
Indeed they shall.
Well, whatever. Whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit. Fuck off, all of you annoying, you fucking pricks. I'm tired of you. Done. Feud. Yeah, that's how you spell feud. Feud over. Yeah, fuck. Goddamn. Whatever. I know there's like a way to get a quest from food from Bastila and or Canderous if you just like enter and leave the hawk a bunch and try to like talk to them. There she is.
How can I help?
I want to talk about that
It was
dream.
less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not.
I like your 80s cyberpunk visor.
Are you wondering why we shared the vision, or why we even received it in the first place? To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked, and for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you.
Karth is just
The Force
standing there
works as it will,
awkwardly.
and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given. I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion.
Seems convenient.
The Force often seems to cause events that bend the laws of probability, especially with those that are strongly affiliated with it. In this respect, you and I will simply have to become accustomed to such convenience. We are the tools of the Force, and we will do as it wills. Quite the contrary. Ours is the ultimate free will. The Force is our destiny, but the choices we make along it are ultimately our own.
Bastila, that makes no sense.
As you wish. We really should return our thoughts to business anyway.
Joke response options. It's weird. I know that like HK is the here we go again. Conversation number 7, 8 with Karth about how he's a fucking whiny bitch.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Let's continue fighting.
I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, but I'm bored, so spit it out.
Listen, sister, just because we're working together doesn't mean you get to go badger me with constant questions.
Yeah.
Blast it if you aren't the most frustrating woman to talk to. Isn't there someone else you can harass for a little while?
Well, Bastila's right there.
Oh, no. I'm not falling for that one. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. What, me? What did I do? Okay, I give up. You win. Look, I suppose I could use someone to talk to. I'm just not used to it, and I don't know why you're so interested, but here goes.
Because the game told me to talk to you.
The one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most. Saul.
Saul? Saul Goodman?
You don't.
Easy
I
joke.
thought everyone did. But Admiral Saul Karath is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him, and he got angry, and he left. I never saw him again.
Oh, God, every player character in an RPG has to play has to be psychologist for the fact that the Force beckons me to talk. Yeah, exactly. Like, I've said it before, every group of companion characters in a video game, like an RPG, they are almost always damaged goods in some way. You know, it's funny because I was just thinking about it. Mass Effect kind of avoids it. Like, in the first Mass Effect game, all of your companions have, like, issues, but none of them are, like, don't have, like, serious flaws. They have, like, quirks and sort of personality traits that can be abrasive, but none of them are, like, fucked up. They're all put together pretty well.
I didn't want to, maybe. Are you so sure you would have? Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians.
But everyone in this game is just like...
to be at their worst. I
well, except for the fucking protocol, or except for the astromech droid.
I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes
Main
to
character
bypass
syndrome,
our
yeah.
scans. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I mean, I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all.
Well, Karth clearly has, like, a severe case of, like, survivor's guilt slash... yeah, I guess you'd say survivor's guilt.
I don't know, maybe. He might have killed me if I tried, or I might have killed him. I was stupid, however, and I let him go.
Same thing happens with
I
Baldur's
fought
Gate.
Saul for years now,
As
and
much
if
as
I
I
ever catch
love
up to him,
Baldur's Gate 3, I quite enjoyed it. But it is pretty blatant how almost every single one of, like, the main of your companion characters, it's like you can fix them for the most part to varying degrees. I think the most blatant is with Shadowheart, where you can literally, where Shadowheart is probably, like, the most aloof, dark-haired girl waifu bait character since Morrigan from Dragon's Age Origins, in terms of, like, defrost the Ice Queen and make her your goth GF kind of thing. Shadowheart is so clearly that.
No, it's not. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go.
Okay, Karth, fucking fine. Jesus. I had to look up the character's name of who you were talking about because I didn't know who you were talking about. It's the bard lady? The tiefling bard? I remember just like, cause I'm like, oh, I have to fucking do this. I just smashed her fucking instrument or whatever the fuck that option was to piss her off. Oh, I'm just like, oh, you're giving me that option? Like, because I try to picture it in, like, imagine you go out into, like, the woods. You go out for, like, a hike or something, and you find someone who's just, like, strumming on, like, an acoustic guitar. You've never met them before. You've never seen them in your life. They're just, they're strumming away and maybe singing a little song. And you go up to them, grab their guitar, and then just start beating it against a tree until it's matchsticks. And so I'm imagining how insane that would be. And I'm like, well, I have to see what the result is. I never played the Dark Urge. I didn't really get what it was supposed to be. Like, I'm like, okay, what is the Dark Urge? Is it like you you have like a bad thing inside of you or something? Did they do the same thing that they did with that character from Divinity Original Sin 2? Because that's what I remember from that's the character I played. That was one of the first times in one of their games, in like a character RPG like that, where I played one of the sort of preset characters because I thought it was really neat. The idea of like the character had like a bunch of different like spirits inside of her, and then eventually they all went away, and there was just like one evil spirit inside of her that was talking to her, and she had to figure out how to fucking deal with it. I really liked that. Divinity Original Sin 2. What was it? Loze? L-O-H-S-E. Yeah, that was that character. I liked that in Divinity. Those games were weird. Anyway. You know what's something I want to see more of if they ever do like a definitive edition for Baldur's Gate 3? I want to see more class/race conversation options. It was one of my favorite things in Baldur's Gate 3 was playing a drow, because I my first playthrough and my only playthrough where I finished the game so far was as a drow rogue, and there were so many dialogues where I could bring up the fact, like either my character or the person I was talking to brought up the fact that the character was a drow. I really, really liked that. I thought that was, I loved that sort of stuff. I love when, especially in the first act where it's very prevalent, where there's so many conversations where you can like start as like a drow and the characters are like, oh, like I remember there's like the merchant in the Druid's Grove is like, oh, a drow. Don't see those ever, like, oh, you know, that's interesting. Or like the one, the tiefling kids who are selling like shitty knickknacks and stuff like that. They can, they'll say, oh, drow. It's like, don't you guys like kill kids and stuff like that? And you can respond saying, oh, it's like, oh, no, we kill more kids than we kidnap. And the kid just goes, oh, okay. Oh, I love that shit. Yeah, it was really disappointing when playing around with other race classes and there wasn't as many conversations options. I loved the rogue ones were cool. Playing like a bit of Bard. Bard had a ton, and they were often pretty goddamn funny, or at least fun. But I felt it was disappointing where if you're when attacking the Grove as a tiefling, oh wow, they'll call you a traitor. I really hope that they, whenever I do, I remember that I lost the thread of those characters, of fighting the tieflings in the second act. I kind of just got lost in like the sauce of like the second act of that game is probably the weakest point in my opinion. From what I remember, it was rough, like really rough, and it felt like it was easy to get to a point where you're like, oh, you fucked up and like you just dropped like 3 side quests that you missed, and it's like, oh great. I hope that that's my. I don't know if they are doing like a definitive update for Baldur's Gate. I'm assuming they probably are because they've done it for Divinity 1 and 2. And I hope that they do stuff like add more character voice lines for race, class, etc. Because that I love. That fucking gives me fucking life in those games. Because the conversation is such a big part of those games that I like it when your character's life decisions are are something more than stats and classes. You know what I mean? That it's not just like, oh, like your character's a rogue, so they have, you know, 10 plus to this or whatever, right? Like that's boring. That's just numbers. But when I can actually use it in conversation when it's relevant, I love it. That's why I loved, again, Drow. Drow was like, I would have a hard time not playing a fucking Drow in Baldur's Gate now because of how much, like, so many dialogue options where you can, you know, people bring up your Drow or mention it or something like those. You can find those in the what's it called, in like the first tieflings around the cage that Lizelle is in Act 1, where they see you and they're just like, fuck a Drow, and they're like fucking scared because of a Drow, and it's like, I like that. The second act is the turning point in most of the storylines, and yeah, patch is out. Lots of more dialogue, new voice lines for bigger options, probably new scenes entirely. Yeah, the second act of that game was rough. I also feel like it's one of those things where I kind of got like, I think again, where I'm like, wait, what is fucking happening? Why is J.K. Simmons why is J.K. Simmons a necromancer lord? And I just I can't not hear Cave Johnson from Portal 2, and I'm just like trying to think of jokes of that, and then yeah. I am always skeptical when they say we have a celebrity voice actor for a video game, because I'm like, oh, don't, no, please. Granted, Cave Johnson, J.K. Simmons has done Cave Johnson before, you know, and that's probably like one of the best uses of a celebrity voice in video game history. I wanted to just take Karth because Karth is fun to piss off. Anyway, you know, and I think it's like, what's his yeah, I feel like Act 1 feels really quaint in comparison, where it's like Act 2, suddenly you're in like dark hell, and there's like a necromancer lord, and there's all this crazy shit, and it's like, holy fuck, where did this come from? I'm trying to get a bug out of my brain, and now suddenly all this shit's happening? I gotta look it up now. What's the actor for... Who's the voice actor? The other celebrity voice actor they got for like the sleazebag guy from The City? I don't remember his name. I made the mistake of like playing that entire game in like a week, and so now it's just been gone like from my mind. Jason Isaacs. They got Jason Isaacs. To do Gortash. What? Fucking Jason Isaacs did a voice in Beneath a Steel Sky, the 1994 point-and-click adventure? That's fucking weird. Anyway, yeah, I only have like... I don't have that many hours in Baldur's Gate. I probably have like something. You know what it is? I remember I probably have like 70 hours in it, maybe. And I would say that a good maybe 15 to 20 of those were really cutting through every single piece of the early access content for the game back when it was first released, which was the most of Act 1. And so I milked that dry, and I was still, that was the most impressive early access release I think I've ever seen, because I got some fucking games aren't, full release games are not that long, and I was able to get 15, 20 hours out of a playthrough. It was good, and I will say they did make it better. It was a lot. I think one of the things that, and granted, I also have a better computer now, but performance was something that was significantly improved over the course of the. Oh, thank you, Cathhound, for ruining this cutscene. I think the performance was something that was really, really improved, because that game was pretty rough. Yeah, I actually wonder, now that I have... No, actually, I didn't play it on my new computer, because I only got my new computer after I finished Baldur's Gate 3. So I'll be curious whenever I do decide to do another playthrough of that, see how better the performance is, because my last computer was a 2070, and last year I bought a new computer, and it's a, it has a 4070 Ti. I don't understand you. Do you have any idea what this droid is saying?
The droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand.
The language is spoken by the slaves of the builders. Hey, I understood that.
I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manaan. But why would a droid on Dantoonie be programmed to speak ancient Selkath?
I was genuinely surprised with how well Act 3 ran on launch, considering there was, it was rendering fairly big chunks of the city.
It must be referring
and
to
a
Revan.
lot of NPCs.
The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins.
Are you some type of guardian? Well, I'm on a 40 series right now too, so. You mean the newer ones, right? I don't know. Unless there's another 40 series you could be talking about. Okay, yeah. What does it do? Oh god, this fucking
the droid
noise.
is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Starforge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything.
I like how your character has an obvious answer.
Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Starforge is more powerful than a mere factory.
But
Maybe
isn't
the droid
exactly
has more
that?
information we can use.
Isn't the Starforge exactly that?
It's
It's just a thing that sucks the sun to make ships. Or have I forgotten a critical piece of the information of this game?
These builders must have been an extinct people. Though it is strange, there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them.
If I
In the
had a
years
nickel
before the Republic, the Hutts were a
for
dominant
every
force
time
in the
that
galaxy,
BioWare has
but they
done
never constructed
a
an
story with
empire.
precursor
In
aliens,
fact, I know of no species that would
I would
fit
have
with
2
this
nickels.
information.
It's like a dark side nexus combined with using the sun for power.
Ten revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
How irresponsible are the Jedi for not investigating this place sooner? Like, really? Like, it's not like this place was hard to get to. It's like a stroll down the fucking street from their fucking enclave. Okay, I'm gonna read this out now. Sought knowledge of the Starforge and its origins. They proved themselves worthy. They discovered the secrets of the Starforge locked behind a sealed door behind me. Paid the ultimate
must be
price.
talking about poor Nemo.
Oh, Nemo's dead.
Council sent him here to investigate.
They killed Nemo.
It cost him his life.
Enter the proving grounds. Oh, yay. Wait, which temple or what planet do we have to play Towers of Hanoi on?
Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
I don't know, Bastil. I think we both leapt to some really, really drastic conclusions there. I like how this Jedi was just existed to die. What a fucking piece of shit. Thanks for the robes, nerd. Oh, good. Oh, I remember the droids being a pain in the dick now.
Now. Yes?
What?
Now what? Now that?
How'd you like that? Down you go!
Down you go!
Down
Oh,
you
you're
go!
right. You're right. Karth is a fucking buckethead.
You cannot win. There.
Train him to he needs a shock collar. Yeah. Shock vet. Shock vet is always the correct. I wasn't. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I have, in the last 3 days, I have installed and uninstalled Star Wars The Old Republic 3 times. I've installed it and went, no, I'm not going to play it, and then uninstalled it. Then I reinstalled it, played it for half an hour, and then uninstalled it. And then I reinstalled it today again. I'm gonna have to fucking stream. I'm gonna have to stream at least the Sith Warrior storyline. Can I get? I can't switch. Can I? I don't have the computer skill for this. Press a button. Press many buttons that are on it. Kick the computer. Talk to the computer. Insert my shaft into the machine. Identify 3 primary life-giving seed world types. Arboreal, grassland, ocean? Oh. Did a light side Sith Warrior run? It's, you know, you say that, and that is true. I haven't done a light side Sith Warrior run. I don't know if I would want to, though. I'm just... I just named that save Wee Wee.
Just hitting. I just hit some keys.
Oh god, it's only been 3.5 hours, and I feel like, that was a good save. These names are just getting worse. You know, I'm gonna take all of these after the game. I'm gonna take all of these when the game is over, and like feed them into an AI and see what it gives me. Oh. Holy shit. Oh, anyway. Forge, wee wee. Stop it, please. Okay, I will definitely, I'll probably stream at least one of the SWTOR storylines. And if I feel okay afterwards, I might do another one. And I was gonna wait until after I was done with KOTOR, but I might just do it tomorrow. Just like, I might start it tomorrow, or maybe on Sunday.
Time to rumble.
It's a civic holiday here in Canada on Monday, so I can do a longer stream on Sunday. So I'll do some big streams this weekend.
There.
Wow, this fight is fucking thrilling, by the way. I'm so excited.
There. Take that.
Ha! How'd you like that?
You can give Ed a Jedi you need an existential crisis.
Ha! How'd you like that?
I remember one of the later planets in the Sith Warrior place, in the Sith Warrior story, there's like a Jedi who follows you, like you're both going towards the same.
Let's make this quick.
You're both going towards the same goal, and at the very end, you can just say, "Thanks, goodbye."
You asked for this. You asked for this.
I like how nobody is doing damage to it. Like it took us 1,000 years to kill it, and it was doing 2 damage to me. I didn't even have force. What's it called? Improved energy resistance up. Death-giving seed world. Desert, volcanic, barren. Wow. So do you ever think that, like, developers want to make hard puzzles in their games, and then playtesters just utterly fail at it? And then they go, okay, replace it with like tic-tac-toe. And then the playtesters fail tic-tac-toe, and they're like, okay, replace it with like a match 3 game.
This must be what Revan and Malak found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
What are you talking about?
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malak must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves, but we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found.
I wish if you up the difficulty on a game with puzzles, the puzzles get more and more insane. The original System Shock and the remake of System Shock, which came out a year ago, that is a thing. There were multiple levels of difficulty. There was a level of difficulty for the base, like for the story objectives. There was a level of difficulty for the combat, and there was a level of difficulty for the puzzles, and then for the cyberspace encounters, which was like a separate thing. And there was easy, medium, hard for all of them. And if you knocked up the puzzle difficulty to hard, the puzzles got significantly harder. If you knocked up the difficulty on the story in System Shock, the hardest difficulty just had it has a timer where if you don't beat the game in 14 hours, you just lose.
I don't know, but Revan and Malak were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world. And if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan. But there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be.
So what you're saying is we have to go collect all the MacGuffins.
I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but I know that Revan and Malak visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
Thank you, Karth.
Right? We can't ignore this.
Oh, fuck
Finding
off.
the Starforge might
What
very
kind of
well
fucking
be the key to
response is that,
defeating the Sith.
Bastila?
We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
When I played SWTOR for the first time, the Bounty Hunter, yeah, they put on a little bit of a southern affectation for some of them, which it's funny because SWTOR establishes that everyone who is English is evil, and that if you are in the Republic, you speak with either an American or a Canadian accent. Is this a report back to the council? Or is this, can we leave? Okay, I think we can just leave. The Bounty Hunter, I will say, was my least favorite story in, my least favorite storyline in SWTOR. It's to the point where I have done it only ever once, and I don't even remember, I don't remember a thing about it. If you put a gun to my head and said, explain the SWTOR storyline for the Bounty Hunter, I could not. The first chapter, you have to participate in like a hunt. And then that's all I got. To be fair, it might not actually be the worst storyline. I don't remember it, so... The smuggler is still... No, not the counselor. Yeah, the counselor's worse. Although the smuggler's pretty bad. Oh god, you must gather your party before venturing forth. What did they get stuck on this time? No, seriously. Where the fuck? What? Where are they? I'm gonna hit tab. Where is this gonna take us?
What?
Oh.
I'm here.
Oh, Bastila just decided to give up. Oh my god, she's stuck in a rock. Bastila is stuck.
Hmm? What?
Yes?
Oh,
I'm
no,
here.
there we go. The Southern accent is closer related to the British accent than the stateside actions, but it's also American, so they end up as a neutral party. I've had so much trouble with these AI getting stuck on shit. Oh, here we go. Hello, Bastila.
How can I help? No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
I don't believe in the bond.
Deny it if you will, but there is a connection between us. I understand why you would find this disturbing. I have my own reservations about it, to be honest. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that.
So
I know very little about you.
It's
I'd
funny
like to ask
because
you some
speaking about
questions, given
accents,
our relationship.
this is Jennifer Hale putting on a British-ish accent. She's Canadian.
Don't worry, these are simple questions. Nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
I'm a Hutt in human form plotting to overthrow the Republic. Man, I don't know. Okay, I'll answer the first one seriously.
Good. On which planet were you born?
Fuck, whatever.
I see you intend to be childish about this. I guess I won't get anywhere continuing our discussion right now, will I? I suppose I'll have to speak to you again later. Hopefully you'll be a little more mature.
Oh. Fucking no fun. You're so boring. Jennifer Hale, what, like, the old Sinbad TV show? What are you talking about, Sinbad? She is a I don't know anything about, but she's a prolific voice actress. She is so prolific as a voice actress for video games that I get kind of angry whenever I hear her voice, because it's like, god damn it, could you fucking hire a different voice actress? She did Commander Shepard in the Mass Effect series. Speaking of SWTOR, she's the female trooper. And Satele Shan in SWTOR. I'm just looking through her fucking filmography of like shit, the voices that she's done in video games. The list is insane. It goes on forever. I barely remember voice actors. See, it's one of those things where I remember quite a few. I can, like, almost without fail, I can recognize Jennifer Hale. I can recognize Laura Bailey and I can recognize Grey Delisle. Those three women in particular, if they're voicing a character in a game, I'm like, boom, that's fucking Grey Delisle. Boom, that's Jennifer Hale. All three of them also in SWTOR. Jennifer Hale, female trooper. Satele Shen, as I said. Laura Bailey is Kira, the Jedi Knight Padawan. And Grey Delisle is the female bounty hunter. Well, you know what it happens to be? The pattern is, yes, they're all ladies. And the thing is that what it is for me is that if I'm given the option of playing a character or like selecting or making a character, I pick a female character. And so if they're like voicing a protagonist, then I'm more likely to hear them. And granted, you know, it's not the shit on these ladies because they do have range. But for example, some of the, like, you could say like they're all in SWTOR. Okay, well, yeah, they are that too. But they all have range. But a lot of times it feels like voice actors or like the directors just say, oh, just use your voice. They don't ever really put on a voice a lot of the time. And so they're easier to recognize. Where there's like a lot of guys who are like really prolific voice actors, like Nolan North. But Nolan North is oftentimes like, you know, put on a voice. Do something very different. And so you can really, it's sometimes difficult to recognize that it's him because he's really putting on some sort of affectation or accent.
Ah, you have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
What are you talking about? The council must be told of what we
I'll
found
just
there.
allow
We
it
found
right
an
in
incomplete
front of
star map,
Bastila.
Master Vandar, and an ancient droid that mentioned something about a star forge.
This news of a star forge is disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done.
I like how we run away from the
Padawan,
council.
You have done
and then we
well
run
in
back.
discovering the star map.
What is a walk
hidden within the ancient
animation?
Ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
Yeah, I'll pretend that I'm ready to do
The
this.
Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention
Oh, how
of Malak
convenient.
and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure. Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith. But it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two.
Okay, we get it. Send the fucking
key
rookies.
to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
Rookies we shall send. Great. Bastila and the Catwoman. Anyone else?
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantoonie will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
What are you implying?
Is in your hands.
Are you implying some sort of reveal that's going to happen in
May the Force be with you.
7 to 10 hours? I was gonna say, it's fucking, I didn't think it was gonna take this long to go through Dantooine. Also, this is the first time I will ever have Juhani with me in a playthrough of this game, because I'm 90% certain that the other few times I finished this game completely, I killed her. Sending a message, missing. How do you know? Give you a task. Okay. Be careful. The Sith are not the only minions of the dark side. Who? Monsters of pure evil. What? We're already knee deep in the dark side, yeah. You know, so I talked about stupid Star Wars names, and I think it's sort of just a thing in science. It's a thing in fiction in general, and anyone who's ever tried to write any sort of fiction that takes place in a science, in a sci-fi or like a fantasy setting, realizes that they have to make up names, and that making up names is really hard. And that after a while you realize it doesn't fucking matter that much. Just name the thing what you want it to, and people will accept it. And then you have to look at stuff like Star Wars and realize people were more than willing to accept Jedi and Darth Vader and Padawan and Wookiee and all this other shit, and no one fucking batted an eye. So don't have any fucking like shame over like, oh, this sounds dumb, or oh, are people gonna laugh at this? Because Jar Jar, like it in terms like no one made fun of the character Jar Jar. Well, they might have made fun of him for his name, but like that wasn't the criticism of Jar Jar as a character. He was an annoying fucking character. His name seemed fine for like wacky Gungans. That's what they were called. Like that wasn't the criticism. You know, unless you go really, really, really stupid, which is difficult, people aren't going to make fun of the names of the planets or the species. Like, try, but don't sweat it too much. Whenever you decide, if you ever decide to start writing anything, you quickly realize if it's not taking place in reality, you have to you have to just make names for shit. Every character, every fucking location or creature or thing needs a fucking name. Well, that's yeah, I made it up. That's exactly. If anyone ever asks, you know, if anyone asks like, oh, why did you name this character, this place, that thing, and I go, I needed a name, and I made up one that I liked, or I took one that I liked. If it's like if I'm just taking like realistic. If I'm taking like normal human names. Why'd you name this character Bob? It's like, oh, because I wanted to name this character Bob. I think it made sense, you know. It's like, why'd you name this character Glup Shido? Because I had to fucking name a character. And I thought Glup Shido was a good name. Have you seen Eddie Izzard's bit on Darth Vader and the Death Star Cafeteria? No, I haven't. So whenever the characters in this game are talking in the in like Huttese or whatever, I can't fucking focus. I just like whatever that guy said is gone. He talking about some dark side monster. Cool. No, I don't want to go here. All right, everybody, buckle in. Karth wants to talk.
Yes, what's on your mind?
You've been very quiet lately. You know this place?
Have
or
I
you
been
know
quiet?
that?
Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop.
What the fuck are you talking about? I have brought you almost everywhere for the last 3 hours. And then back on Terrace, I brought you everywhere. Did Riker just walk by and photobomb? Oh, poor baby, you need filling in on some detail?
Listen, sister, I don't remember reading anywhere that it's a requirement that you remain with us after we left Terrace. Yet, here you are.
I have more of a purpose here than you do, Flyboy.
Well, damn it, I want to know why that is. I want some questions answered. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Karth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I
even
respect you,
Bastila is
Bastila,
telling
but
him
you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the council.
I think he
If
was
you won't
talking about
talk
like
to
the
me,
original
then
time we
maybe
talked to
somebody
the
else
council
will.
when we first got on the planet. Yeah, I did see that guy walk by, the Riker, like low poly Riker.
I may not know much about the Jedi, but I do know they aren't famous for taking on old Padawans and sending them on dangerous assignments.
I do find it funny how the game sets up early on that Bastila is like super, super important to the Republic war effort, where her like battle meditation is super, super key, and then they just send her off on this fucking adventure.
That is completely beside the point. The Jedi encouraged you to stay with us, and I don't believe the reasons they gave. I've been watching you. You can be cruel and impulsive, a Jedi without self-control or training, and yet the Council sends you on your way. Why? I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
Why is there a vacant lot with grass here? I think it's supposed to be like a landing pad for spaceships. Like this entire area. I don't know if those are just stylistic grass squares.
And what does that mean? Is this more of that destiny garbage that the Jedi keep talking about? Well, that can't be it. Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
And just what are you going to do
Nothing,
about it?
Not yet. I just better hope I don't get a reason to. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul.
He gestures too much.
No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
Holy shit, I forgot how much of a giant, like, fucking bumbling mess Karth is. Holy shit. You know what's really funny? I remember vividly. I don't remember too much about this game, but I remember vividly that if you take the dark side path at like the very end of the game, you know what he does? He runs away. He just runs away. Like if you commit to being super evil, he just goes, I don't like you, bye, and that's it, and he runs away. Why is he unholstering his weapons? That's just a quirk of this game. You can't holster your weapons. They're always out. Like, you can see my character always has her lightsaber in her hand. If I go look here at Mission has her blaster in her hand. Canderous has his big blaster in his hand. There's no way to holster the weapons. They just are always out on the character model. Okay, Karth. Karth feels like he's being left out of the loop. Juhani. You're evil, you're rotten. You know, it's funny because you can't, I don't think you can kill Karth even on an evil run, unless I've missed something, but I remember doing an evil run and Karth just like bails, he just dips. He's like, okay, you're bad, bye. But I remember vividly, you know what you can fucking get to do, which in the super evil run? So Zalbar has a life debt to you, this Wookiee, and he's big close friends with Mission. You can get Zalbar to kill Mission. And he'll fucking do it. It's like the fucking worst thing you can do in the game. It is like fucked up. Like you can say to him, you can get him like, okay, it's like you owe a life debt to me. You have to kill Mission, kill her, do that because I'm like, and she's like, no, you're my friend, please, and all that, and you get him to do it, and he's like fucking crushed. You can get him to kill this fucking 14-year-old child, and that he like is like dear friends with. And holy shit. That next-gen uniforms did not have pockets. They had to have their hands out. Yeah, okay, that's weird. Was that all of the uniform, or was that like their first season uniforms? Because I know that like the first like 2 seasons they had like the weird spandex suit uniforms, and then they kind of changed in like the later seasons. I'm gonna talk to Juhani. I've never had this character.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
Well, I do notice that one of the things that Picard always does, but I thought it was just like a thing where he always like straightens out his uniform. He pulls like his shirt down. He just goes, you know, to make it like tighter and neater. I thought it was just like a neat little mannerism. You thought the dark side had consumed you. I don't know, like, I feel like playing nice with this character. Everyone else I'm going to be a dick to except her.
I am sorry for attacking you.
I don't know.
I am sorry for
this is a
thinking you
schizo
would only
run.
try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
I forgive you.
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope
Schizo's got to stick together. Yeah, fuck Bastila. I don't want to do anything with Bastila. The fucking crazy fucking Russian Catwoman. That's who I want. It's so weird that like, God, don't get me started about fucking. That's one thing like now tangenting to Star Trek. Star Trek is fucking bizarre in that nobody in Starfleet ever wears like armor or like a shield or anything. Yo, here we go. We can go to Yavin. We can go to the Yavin station. Ooh, look at these nice and AI schmutzed, up-resed, pre-rendered cutscenes. Mwah. At least they run at the proper aspect ratio. Every time the game plays one of these pre-rendered cutscenes, though, I have like, I like, my fingers are crossed. I'm like, oh god, the game's gonna fucking just shit itself right now, isn't it? Yes, you get to go to Yavin from the original, in the original trilogy.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored
Is
many
no way an
times for
emote
his
I don't have enabled on this channel?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say.
Oh, it's that
I
guy.
was
I just
his
looked it up.
Interesting.
I don't know. Maybe I don't have it enabled on my my end. I don't know if it's
An
appearing in
eyewitness,
chat.
Lord
It's Gallo Nord. It's the fucking
Calo
short
Nord,
king
a
bounty hunter. Look at
was there
him.
when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malak.
Carlo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Callow. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive.
Why is he like? He's like wearing like a combination between
Lord
like a
Malak,
chef's
forgive me, there
hat
is
and like
something else.
pilot's goggles.
May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Carlo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malak.
Can't believe they're in Star Wars. So this is something I have never done in this game, which is that Yavin is like a station where you can get like cool stuff, and there's like a quest line that it's like you're supposed to go to it every time you get a piece of the Starforge map. You got to go to this place to do like a quest line, and there's like rare gear, and the selling prices are better, so you never sell anywhere except here because you get more money for selling trash. Oh, here comes Zalbar. Checking our supplies, something's not right. What do you mean? Mission I asked, nobody knows anything about it. Okay, so there's someone... Oh, isn't there like a stowaway? Isn't there like a child? Didn't they do this in the second game too? Food has been disturbed. No one in the party would have done some other explanation. Effing into torn passage. Thief is... Okay. Can't I just like... Can't I like force sense people or something? Is there a small child hiding in one of these containers? It's you. Yeah, the soft pattern footsteps behind you. Okay. No way, something I just engraved in using, but I don't have. But you don't have it. I just imagine the image being there for my own job. Well, I'll add it because that's like a pretty common emote. I didn't even know that was. Like, I don't even know what that's on. Like, I just add stuff from 7TV. Because 7TV has the most crazy schizo variety of all of the sorts, all of the emotes that you can use to ruin your chat experience. You know what's something that I fucking despise what people have been doing recently with emotes is like there are so many emotes I see on shit like 7TV. I love that. The mushroom. There are so many emotes I love or I see on 7TV, and I hate them because they're just words. And so what happens is you end up... I see you, you piece of shit.
Kipuna, bona na kichu.
Where did you come from?
Salima wanga kunbikin.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Muchashakapanga.
I don't understand you. Okay, there is a small child on our ship. A smaller child. We have missions only 14. But yeah, so sorry, I was saying there's so many emotes now that people add through like shit like 7TV, We got a kid and a smaller kid that are just words. So it will be like the or lol or just like just words. And it's like eventually you're going to be able to just say an entire sentence and it's just going to be come out as emotes, as like pictures. You know, it's like a great way to ruin your chat experience where words like dead or hi or bye are just emotes. Like at least name them something so it's like bye underscore, you know, or something, you know, that you can't accidentally, you know, I don't know what to do with this kid. Can you like talk to someone? Mission, you're a child. Can you like communicate with child?
There. What can I do? Oh, heck. I don't know.
Fucking thanks. Well, to be fair, I did just ask a child. Johnny?
How may I be of I do not know how to help you with that. I am sorry.
Oh my god, everyone's a fucking clown. I've seen like a literal eye emote replaces with a picture of a photorealistic eye. Yeah, and I don't like that. Like, because it just ruins the chat experience. Like, how do you do anything?
How can I help? I'm confident that you can deal with...
Yes, what's on your... Sorry.
The entire crew is useless. Can the fucking astromech droid help? I mean, granted, if someone has I bet money in the chat, it's just emote spam. Yeah. I try to be particular with the emotes I'm using, just because I don't want it to be emote spam. I want the emotes to be stuff I enjoy. I gotta level up fucking Juhani like 20 times now. I'll just auto level up because I don't even know what the fuck to do. Just fucking roll it. Your ship is Davix, or you new. Open this door, I am your friend. Thanks. Too human. You kind of here, not since the war. What brings you here? I'm on a quest for the Jedi Council. Don't look like it. I'm a Jedi. What happened before? About Exar Kun and that war. I don't care about Exar Kun. About all these wacky fucking Sith Lord names. Jedi, came to Yavin, Terrible Powers, War. You're an inventor? Tinker. Spend a little time in the station. Trandoshans are... ask him something else. Do you sell things? There we go. Okay. Advanced stabilizer gloves, sensory implant. Don't think I have it. Not gonna buy anything yet. I will sell shit here though. Do I need 10 red crystals? No, not really. Definitely gonna sell all of the mines because I will almost certainly never use these. Energy projector. These are upgrade pieces. I'll keep those. Yeah, I don't need Calo Nord's fucking data pad. Sell the energy shields? Yeah, why not? I want money. I'm sure I won't regret selling these grenades. God damn, this shit's expensive. Do you play Pazak? We Pazak. 750? He wagers 750 credits? Holy shit, I can't wait to lose. Gambling. Fuck. Shit. And we tied again. Holy shit. Alright, one set one. Down to one card though. Am I gonna lose this one too? Probably. Oh, shit. I have nothing. I just had to fucking let the cards go. Okay. All right, thanks, game. Okay, the game will not let any of us win. This is the worst game of Pazak I've ever played. Alright, I won. Do you have anything else? Do you have any, like, Pazak cards? I'll buy Pazak cards. That was pretty good. Using my gambling skills to the max. All right, so that's this place. This place sells, like, again, you can fucking get 750 hands of Pazak, and you can sell things for big money here. And he also sells rare stuff. Wonder if you could count cards. Well, I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's like a deck in the game, like if there's actually like if it's dealing from a single deck or not, in terms of what it gives you. You really can't do too much to influence it because you only have 4 cards. Also, it's one of those things probably where, like, is Pazak in Star Wars, is there any sort of actual established rules, or is it just like whatever, like there's like a bunch of different fucking versions of it because a bunch of people have just made it that whatever the fuck. Okay, so now we have the choice of going to all these planets, and everyone knows the rules. You go to Tatooine first. Almost as exciting as watching someone play Caravan in Fallout New Vegas. Hey now, Pazak is at least, like, understandable. It's literally just, like, one-on-one blackjack. Caravan is something made by a schizophrenic after a fucking peyote trip. An Obsidian dev got high off of some fucking random shit they found in the desert and made up that game. If anyone says they understand how to play Caravan, they're lying to you. Not well. Look at these 2002 pre-rendered cutscenes. Oh, they're just awful. 2003, excuse me. Did I say 2? I don't even know.
Vision, like the one we shared on Dantoonie. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes.
Well, unfortunately, since the first movie took place on this planet, this backwater shithole has become so central to, like, almost to so many pieces of Star Wars media that it's insane. This would be like the equivalent of a place in the middle of the Sahara Desert, and everyone ends up there.
The star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea.
These cutscenes are just like Starfield ships landing. Okay, don't be that mean. These are much better than Starfield.
No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
This game was created by a team of quality developers, quality BioWare, good old Albertan Canadian developers back in the day, and by people who gave a shit and were competent. It was completely different from Starfield.
Welcome to Anchorhead.
If you give me an opportunity to shit on Bethesda, I will do it just
Corporation
because it's an
stands
easy
ready
target.
to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this.
What if I don't have the money?
That would be unfortunate. Zerka Corporation can't afford to extend credit. Everyone pays. That's the rule.
What if I say no?
Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense. It is within our rights to refuse landing permission. And I warn you, we've had troublemakers before. The bay is lined with autoguns. Violence is not a survivable option.
Why isn't there an option to like just be like, I paid the fee? Jedi mind trick.
The immediate benefit is access to these very docking facilities. This is the only port in Anchorhead. Once you've paid, we will offer trade services as well. We're not unreasonable, we just want to cover expenses.
Oh, fucking, this took long enough to show up. I don't need to pay the fee.
You know, I don't think you need to pay the fee. We'll let it go this time. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure?
Punching a baby when talking about old Todd's Camp, low-hanging fruit. Listen, you're absolutely correct. But I have spent money on those games, and I do enjoy even the bad ones occasionally. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. I don't care. I'm going to make fun of him. I'm going to make fun of their Bethesda because it's fair.
As you wish. If you need anything else, I'll be here.
Okay, weirdo. I saw a Foot Locker. I'm going to rob it. I feel like no... I feel like very few... very few games can adequate, or RPGs have adequately set up a system for punishing you being a horrible kleptomaniac. You know, it's funny because one of the things that that is like, it's like a standard feature of RPGs, this included, is that when enemies die, you loot their corpses. You know, it's one of those things where like that is never addressed in any sort of game. It's just completely standard practice in any sort of game where it's an option that, yeah, of course you've killed this person, so you take their wallet. That is the way of things. Just show me what you got for sale. God, all this shit's really expensive too. Jesus. Mandalorian heavy repeater. Bantha Father. I will buy that. Is this a quest item too? It seems like it. Jesus Christ. What shipment? Whatever you put on my ship, you have to fill out another requisition. Okay, right now I remember what. There's like a bunch of little like shitters on your ship now. Like, I don't understand this. Like, what is the point? Like, you just land on this planet and it's like, haha, there's like a bunch of little shits on your ship now. Go back to your ship. Look at them. Did I do it? That's it. I did it. I'm dead. I knew that that poison was useful for something. I'm like, that reminds me. Like, well, they're all dead. I'll bring the Goody Two Shoes Brigade with me. How much was this game updated for this remastered version? That's the special thing. This isn't the remaster. This is the original with mods. The remaster for this game is probably never coming out. Yep, this is the original with not actually much in terms of mods. Really the only thing that I have done mod-wise that I've added is just stuff to get it to work on widescreen. The game originally did not, it was 2003. Everyone's was, for the most part, still using 4x3 monitors. And so this game was default by 4x3. And so it's just needs a lot of stuff to fix that. So, oh God, there was like 13 different things just to get it to run it widescreen properly. You have to alter the EXE, you have to patch the EXE, you have to set up it for whatever your resolution is, and then once it's running at a resolution, you have to do several fixes for the heads-up display in the UI to fit properly. By default, if you don't mod it, these UI elements here in the corner and up here will be like shifted like halfway through the screen. They'll be like, instead of being in the corners here, they'll be like up here, and this will be like floating kind of like here. All of the menus are redone for widescreen for 16:9. As you can see, they stretch out nice and properly. Usually, if you don't mod them, there'll be a tiny box like this. They'll be very difficult to use. All of the little icons for items have been up-resed. There's a mod for that, so that you have all these nice high-definition icons for all your equipment pieces. The only thing that can't be changed is the map. The map is tiny, and that's because it is sort of more hard-coded in the small map. Unfortunately, that's just something that they have not made a mod for yet, or have not found a way to fix. Other than that, but that's the thing, is like other than running at a higher resolution and wider aspect ratio, like all the textures are untouched. All the effects untouched. That's all original 2003. This game was pretty big when it came out. This was like, remember, this was, at the time, this was the Baldur's Gate 2 guys making a big Star Wars RPG in the style of like Baldur's Gate. Not really like too close to Baldur's Gate, but similar in that sort of like being a character RPG. Can I wear red robes? Ooh, red. I'm actually a bigger fan of blue, if I'm being honest.
Please, will you help me? I have nothing left.
I forgot my character's name was Xanthem Gum. What do you need? I'm Xanthem Gum. I'll help if I can. The map is sort of hard-coded. They did some weird coder jank, and it's like looking at a rat's nest in coder terms. That's what I got from looking up. I like Googled. I followed a video guide on how to get this to run properly on modern hardware, and it didn't. And when I tested it, I'm like, oh, the map is still small. That's weird. And then I did some just Googling to see is there any way to fix that, and then yeah, essentially saying that it's like a mess. That no one's really figured out how to get the map to work. I guess different Star Wars games had different studios doing them. Yeah, of course. You know, they wanted to make a big RPG, so who do you get at the time? Well, you get BioWare because they did fucking Baldur's Gate and shit. And so, you know.
I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I realize that everyone is out for themselves on Tatooine. My husband was a hunter, killed out on the dunes. This raid plate is all I have left. Please, will you buy it? I don't
Am I
need
being
a handout.
scammed?
I just can't sell it to Faza without a license. Please, I'm worried about having it. They're so rare.
What is a raid plate?
It's the bone plate from the head of the desert raid. My husband was so proud when he found it. He had just started hunting. He said he felt sure the next hunt would bring in more, so we waited to sell this one. Then he never came back.
What do you do with the plate?
Will you buy it? I can't sell it myself. They're worth more than 500 credits.
Okay, what will the schizo protagonist do this time? I'm gonna hit 1 and 3 at the same time, and whatever happens, happens.
You will?
Fuck.
Oh, thank you
I wanted to
so
take it
much.
from her.
Please, I know it's worth at least 500 credits. Thank you. I hope it is enough. You've been a great help. I appreciate it. My children will too.
Thank you for helping this woman. It may not seem like such a great thing to you, but you are making a difference.
For whatever it means, may the Force be with you. You saved us.
Man, this place is a shithole. Don't we get attacked by Sith here? Or like Dark Jedi at least? I think so. No. Lieutenant Company's film, Endless Duel, Hunting Lodge, Venus Predators, Hunter's Paradise, Hunting License. What do you do here? I wanna hunt. Oh my god, fine. Why do I need a license? How do I get? Where's the button to license to hunt? I gotta talk to like a circuit guy or something?
What can I do for you? Did my wife send you? This ain't about credits, is it? Well, of course, darling. Whatever Tanis Ven can do. You know,
look at this guy repeating this animation repeatedly. He's trying to
ask your questions, please.
Trying to seduce my character with his like broken neck routine.
You hurry.
Which one of your... Wait, this guy's named fucking Kudos. You play Bazak? I'm not gonna play, but I'm not gonna do it now. I'm not gonna subject myself and the video to more fucking Bazak. I finally found a card game and a video game I enjoy, and it's the most boring shit imaginable. Chawas, whatever. Hunting. Is there a hunt? No. Dragons are rare. I gotta go talk to like a circa person then, I guess. Next time I tune to KOTOR stream, it's gonna be Pazak for 4 hours. That might be like a fun. That might be like a fun meme thing to do, where I just like put aside like half an hour, 40 minutes, and just do like high stakes Pazak.
Something you want? I don't have a lot of time for talk, so please.
Oops, all Pazak, yeah.
Is there some kind of problem? I'm just doing my job. I don't want any trouble from you.
I think you're my problem. Maybe we should do something about it.
Hey, why are you threatening me? I just repair the crawlers. It's not like I'm packing away the credits. I don't need this. What are you trying to prove?
I'm not a threat. You like me and want to give me credits.
The Force is not a thing to be trifled with. Continue to use it frivolously and you may find yourself straying down the dark path.
I suppose I do like you. Here's a few creds. Was there something else?
No.
All right then. Back to work, I guess.
just scammed a guy for $25. If you hear a bunch of rustling, it's my cat sliding all over the floor. She thinks that quarter to midnight is the perfect time to start playing with her toys. I like Circa Corporation. Oh, I'm choking. I like Circa Corporation. They're like an unambiguously evil corporation. I can respect that. I have a cat and a dog. I just hear them scrambling at like 4 a.m.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Zerka Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer.
My voice actress senses are tingling. This is Grey Delisle. This is almost certainly Grey Delisle. I'll put money on it. I mentioned her among other voice actresses that I can like fucking psychically guess. Like I know that's her. Almost certain. I would be shocked if I'm wrong.
As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is.
I want to check on my phone, but I've run out of app timer on my browser on my phone today. Because I set only an hour and 20 minutes of browser time, so I don't spend all the time on my phone. So I can't double check.
Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's
I did just talk about her like an hour ago.
The sand people are becoming a problem. They destroy our sand crawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains.
All right, I'll do it.
Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very well, though I do have work to get back to.
Anything out of the
I
ordinary?
assume that by out of the ordinary, you're referring to the destruction of Terrace? That
No,
is all
not really.
anyone is talking about. I'm afraid Zerka Corporation is not offering any comment on those events. We wouldn't wish to anger the participants.
Anger the participants? No desire to mistakenly associate with the losing side.
Zerka Corporation policy is not subject to your approval. It is a sound business model. Save us your commentary.
I think that's all here,
Farewell.
right?
Zerka Corporation welcomes your future inquiries.
Again, appreciate unambiguously evil corporations. I know where to stand with them. There's always a peaceful solution to conflict. They're just lazy. Nobody fucking likes the Sand People. They're like, the Sand People suck. Man, you know, it is exceptionally difficult to ever look up a voice actor's filmography, because they are sometimes so fucking prolific that the list is like 800 long. 800 entries long. I wish I could speak. Like I just want to see if this is right. Circus had the same people attack first. Well, you know what? I don't care. Get out of my way. Okay, I can't find anything. Okay. No, enough of that. Back to the game. Don't we get like assaulted by Dark Jedi like around here, or is that closer to the end? And, wait, this is where we get HK, right? We get HK right here in Anchorhead. Oh, well, never mind. Can't get the robot guy yet. Have to fucking deal with Bastila.
How can I help?
Do you have something you want to ask me?
How did you know?
Your face is scrunched up like a Kinrath pup.
An amusing description, but hardly the truth. We both know the real reason. You have some idea of what I'm thinking. The bond we share.
No, I doubt it.
Why do you still try to deny the existence of this bond between us? Like it or not, We are linked, as our shared vision of the star map proved. Our connection allows us glimpses into each other's mind.
Bastila might
We can
almost be
feel
as much
some
of a
what the
wet
other
blanket as
feels.
Karth is.
And what I feel within
No,
you
that's
troubles
impossible.
Me. A Padawan must receive considerable
She's still pretty
training.
annoying, though.
They must learn to control their emotions and darker impulses. Often it takes years before using the Force can be considered safe. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible consequences.
A
For
dry
you
blanket,
and
yes.
for everyone around you.
You could warn me when I do something bad. Blink once for dark side, blink twice for light. But the blanket is slightly yeah.
This is not a joke. The choices you make could affect both our destinies. Not to mention the fate of the Republic and the entire galaxy. There is much at stake. Already you exhibit the kind of willfulness, erratic behavior, and lack of compassion that will lead you to corruption. We must all resist the
I like how
influence of the
she
dark side.
is constantly
It's
like
everything we are
moralizing you
fighting
about how
against.
don't be bad.
This is doubly important
She gets
for you,
captured. I
with your
remember
natural
this. She gets
affinity for the
captured by
Force.
Malik near the end of the game, and after like 4 sessions of BDSM torture, she becomes evil.
I'm sorry if I come across as harsh, but I am concerned. For you, for our mission, and for myself as well. Our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me as well.
So you're just worried about yourself then?
That is not true. I am worried about myself, but also about you. I would rather see neither of us come to any harm. Your power could be a gift or a curse. When you need guidance or advice or support, I will do my best to help you stay on the path of the light.
I will do my best to ignore you.
No, of course not. Not yet. But there will be challenges ahead that might make it otherwise. I only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark times. But for now, we should return to our mission.
Jeez Louise.
Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
I wonder, I mean hot, but I also wonder if it was toned down for Star Wars or for mental powder just shit. I don't know if it was toned down more so that it was probably just like scrunched, like in terms of like how long it took. It was probably just, okay, we need this to be, we want the outcome of a evil Bastila, at least for a little bit. Just, you know, shrink it, make it so that it's quicker. You know, it's just a case of like, sorry, I was just checking how to get a double-bladed lightsaber. I've forgotten, but I think it might have just been like, we don't have enough time for this, but we want the outcome.
The Force fights with me!
Okay, if this guy drops a double-bladed lightsaber, that would be fucking perfect. Problem solved. I usually steamroll the Dark Side Bastila fight. I remember it not being that hard. I also remember it's just a bit of a. It feels a bit of a rush. It feels kind of weird. It feels like very much they wanted it, and it doesn't. It doesn't fit that well. It also just it kind of undermines her character, because for the vast majority of the game she's kept up as like she's very much like the pure-hearted good Jedi. Like she's almost not like naive or innocent, but she seems like she's almost too good to fall to the dark side. You know what I mean? In that she thinks very highly. She's like the anchor character. Yeah. She's like, you know, if there's one character that is far on the light side, it's her. And it feels weird that you know, that they make it so that she falls, and it also feels very very short. Like, this is weird, and then it's like resolved. Like, oh, you saved her, you did it. She's good again. And it's like, oh, okay. I'm gonna put blue crystal in this one because I like the color blue. I think it is just like a thing of like, oh my god, this character that's been with you since the beginning of the game is now evil. Oh, that's really fucked. Oh no, you know, and then the idea, oh no, we might have to kill her, and you don't. There we go, double lightsaber. Let's go fucking full lightsaber build. Also, I'm using Yohani because I've just never used her. 7-year-old me, this fucking 16-year-old me was shocked when I first played it, or not first played it, but when I first finished. My first full playthrough of this game was at like 16. I got this game, and I've told this story already in like every fucking every stream of this game. I've told this story. This game came out in 2003. I got it for Christmas either 2003 or 2004, which means I would have either been 9 or 10. It's most likely that it came, excuse me. It came out in November of 2003, I believe. And so it makes me think that my aunt who gave it for me probably saw it on the shelves that year going for, you know, Christmas shopping for her nephew. And so I probably got it at 9 years old. And I remember it was so fucking cool because I didn't know anything about this shit because I was 9. How the fuck was I supposed to know anything about, you know, media? And oh my fucking god, really? And so what I played it, and I remember I could not make it past Taurus because Taurus, the Undercity, scared me. And so for years, I would play that game, I would install it, and then I would play through like the first like 4.5 hours of it, and then never make it past it. Never make it past the Undercity and Terrace. And then at 16, I finally actually played it all the way through. And I really enjoyed it. And it shocked me then. I'm like, oh my god, Bastila evil. No, but she's my waifu.
How can I help? Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
How hard what was when you faced Revan?
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi Strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
So who killed
Our
Revan?
mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master.
Bastila, no, she's my wife.
Thankfully, we narrowly escaped
That was
the vessel as it
16-year-old me.
exploded.
It did come out of 30-year-old me's mouth, but that's what I was thinking at 16, where I'm like... This was back when I still played as guy characters in video games. That's how long ago it was.
As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
I remember I was actually first playing through this game like fully at 16. It was actually a shock to the Revan reveal. I was like, "Oh!" I didn't see it coming. I genuinely I was that fucking stupid at that age, or maybe it was. And that's not fair. It's well done. I do think that it can go over a player's head easily to not knowing or not realizing that, you know, the Revan revelation, the revelation. But I remember being, like, genuinely surprised. It's like, holy shit, you're Revan the whole fucking time? and how much just like that blows away, and like, it explains so much of like, whoa. Yeah, thank you for getting my really, really good Revan joke. Ooh, we're in a cantina, so there's guaranteed to be a bunch of stupid Star Wars names. Oh god, another character needs to fucking vent to me. All right, Dr. Revan, PhD in psychology, ready to speak.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Do you want to talk?
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
You doing all right?
I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm gonna be a bitch to Bastila, but I'm gonna be like a sweetheart to Juhani.
I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly downed me.
Is it possible to beat this game?
I look inside myself now, and I can still see
Is it possible to beat this game as like a dark side character, like going through like my character is like got like dark side, but if I make it to the end, can I still go like, no, I'm good? Or does it lock you in?
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it.
I don't know, I never tried. I think it's still, I don't think it like necessarily, it's one of those things where it's like you could be like an evil person and still not want to like be like big evil man.
I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
God, it makes me think of just how fucking crazy they went in KOTOR 2 with the companions. Like, the companions in this game are not bad. I think they're, on average, more pleasant than the companions in KOTOR 2. Which says a lot, considering how much I've bitched about Karth. Yeah, but in KOTOR 2, they tried to do, like, a lot more, where, like, everyone's all fucked up, and everyone's an asshole, and you can, like, corrupt them and make them evil and stuff like that. Like, that was some crazy shit they did. Granted, I am upset that by default in KOTOR 2, if you pick a female character, you can't get the handmaiden, who is also voiced by Grey Delisle. And that makes me upset because I can't get the handmaiden when playing as a lady character, which is, it sucks too, because in the canon, which is very important, the Jedi Exile from KOTOR 2 is a canon a woman. And Revan is canon a dude. Speaking of stupid Star Wars names, here's Junix Nard.
Huh? Who are you then? The only new people that come to Junix Nard's cantina are longtime losers and bounty hunters. I don't have to tell you why the two don't mix well. Please keep any blaster fire to a minimum.
Is there any cantina in this fucking universe that isn't a shithole?
Zerka Corporation only worries about keeping their own stores full. I don't have much on hand.
Do you sell any Zack cards? You do. Security Spike Tunneler. One-time use proves user's ability to bypass locking connected. Forget it. I'll buy a couple med packs just because I'm bad with money. I find it funny how if you're a, I think they're a Bith, these guys, right? Yeah, Bith. If you're a Bith in Star Wars, your only career option is being a musician. And if you're a Twi'lek, a lady Twi'lek, your only position is being a dancer or a slave. No. Yeah, there's no in-betweens. It's either a shithole or like a nice place, yeah. Like, again, I get it. It makes sense on Tatooine. Tatooine is like backwater shithole. Hey, look, it's him. It's the boy.
Greeting. Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional SciTech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query. Would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Yukalaka? It would serve my purposes to be removed from his ownership. Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Yukalaka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst. And I am also
Twi'lek's males are probably pirates. Well, Twi'lek males have got like the short end of the stick of like the fantasy sexual dimorphism. You know, where one of the classic things of like sexual dimorphism between like fictional species in science fiction or fantasy is that the guys are like 6 foot tall, jacked motherfuckers, and then the ladies are supermodels and they're like half the size. The Twi'lek's got like the worst thing where it's like, oh, all the female Twi'leks are like super hot green-skinned alien babes, and all the guys have like lumpy foreheads and are ugly as sin.
Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid.
Ah, I'll see about purchasing
Statement. The fool Ithorian has decided I am to be an expensive purchase. He does this out of greed, and not out of knowledge of my true capabilities. Advisement. I have observed him. He is a coward, and will be responsive to aggressive bargaining. Statement. I wish only to be purchased, and away from ill treatment at the hands of this poorly skilled mechanic. I have no desire to be subtle. Qualification. Oh, of course I shall be quite pleasant to you, should you purchase me, please.
Oh man, they really nailed a good look with his design. And you know what I think it is? I think it's the color. I think it's like his brown, bronzy exterior. It gives him a really good, just like, he looks good. He's not too overly robot-y. He still seems like he's like an effective robot, you know? What do you have available in your shop? Fine. Oh, he claims. Oh, wow. Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Let's buy. Tested function perform perfectly. If ones I can find. What does the HK designation mean? Haven't got a clue. Pretty stubborn quality construction, though. Let's talk price. 5,000 credits. No. Lower the price. 4,000 credits, not a credit less. That was quick. Desperate to sell. Anyone else hate haggling? Lower your price. I deserve it.
You should treat your power with respect, not use the Force on a whim like it is some toy.
2,500. Half price. My joints aren't programmed to lie, though. Goodbye.
Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you?
Kill something for me?
Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master.
You know what? I think that's what's interesting about HK.
I will enter into your
is
service
that
now, Master.
usually the
I am
bloodthirsty
certain you will make
character
adequate
is
use of my primary
a
functions.
person.
My gears
There's
are
someone who has
quivering
like
with anticipation.
they're like the fucking Klingon-esque character. They come from like some warrior background or something, or have something where they're the violent warrior. But the fact that the violent murder person is a robot is usually different. He just loves killing. Time to only take HK. I'm just gonna let the game level him up. It's too late for me to give a shit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Give him a gun. Do I have a better blaster? Blaster carbine? HK to Kid Anakin. No, here a world where instead of making a C-3PO, Anakin makes an HK. It's like, well, I'm making an assassin droid to kill Watto. Fuck that flying asshole.
What?
That's weird. That is weird. That he's an assassin droid who's also a protocol droid. Interesting combination. So it's like if you fucking took like a butler, but he was also a hired killer.
No one leaves Anchorhead without proper authorization.
Where would I get
Only
authorization?
one place, and it means dangerous work. Go to the Zerka office for a hunting license. They sell them for Father's Lodge. See the Zerka.
But they said I have to go kill sand people. They're not. Alfred from Batman stopped giving a shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand any quest that is like in Star Wars that is like, oh, be nice to the sand people. The sand people in Star Wars have consistently been portrayed as awful, horrible people. Why would I? Oh no, I'm not doing fucking swoop races. As awful, horrible people. Why would I ever? Oh, here we go.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Does anyone remember what they did to Anakin's mom?
What is it you would like to speak to me about? How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear? Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, We did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
What's the Cathar homeworld
It
like?
was not the homeworld of the Cathar that I lived on. My parents had long fled from that place, and perhaps that is a story for another time. Rather, it was a human hive world.
A hive
that I
world?
was raised
That's like a
on,
40K
the hind
thing.
end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child
If she
to
said Knights of the Old Republic or
enthralled
Knights of the
with their
Republic, it
image,
would have been a title drop.
their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi wore. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantoonie for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it.
Sorry, I just had a
I'm not
fucking
completely
epiphany.
suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not.
Did
have
this
gone.
game,
But thanks
or
to
not
you,
this game,
I have been redeemed.
Did the sequel
Perhaps I may have
trilogy,
lived to see that dream of mine
specifically
come
the,
true. Come.
yeah, did
There
the
is much we
first,
should do. Let us
did the
not
Force
waste
Awakens
time
steal this game's
Action
plot
is what is needed.
thing? I know it's not like 100% unique, but it is in the same universe. There's the whole fucking thing of like there's a map to Luke Skywalker that's missing a piece. What? This whole game is about building a map to find a place. Mandalorian heavy pistol.
Greetings again from the offices of...
The entire sequel trilogy is just Dollar Tree KOTOR. See, that's not even fair because like it's just fucking terrible. The entire sequel trilogy is it's a mess.
We don't have any new info, and I would...
Okay, I guess I gotta go talk to the hunters. Can I buy out a license from one of them? The sequel trilogy is a fucking just like earlier mentioned how they bought Star Wars for $4 billion, a number that is so obscene that it is it's so obscene that it's hard to picture. You can't in your mind picture 4 billion of anything. It just becomes like a mass of so large, you know. And they paid that much money to buy this series and then proceeded to not have any plan to make their movies, their 3 films. They got a hack director to make the first movie, and he just set up a bunch of shit after copying, essentially remaking the A New Hope. And then the fucking second guy squandered everything, and like they fucked up the sequels as soon as they didn't make Finn a Jedi. It's like you had such a like. It's such an easy thing where if you're like an idiot, you realized you look at what like the easiest like setup and like home run kind of thing of, oh, you got a character who is a stormtrooper or was a stormtrooper who becomes disillusioned, and like the arc is clear. Disillusioned stormtrooper becomes a Jedi. Like, it's such a fuck. That's just, isn't that like very similar to Kyle Katarn? You know, of he was an Imperial and then he ended up working for the Rebels and then later became a Jedi. Like, that's his whole shtick, and they couldn't fucking do it. Man, sometimes I just gotta stop and realize, idiots.
Get lost, Tenderfoot. I hunt Desert Raid. I don't babysit.
Just as well, you probably couldn't teach me anything.
Hoping to goad me into talking a bit? All right, what do you want? My name is Doric Quinn. I'm a hunter. I hunt. Is that enough, or should I start listing my family birthdays?
Do it.
If I knew the best place, why would I tell anyone? It would be worth too much to me to let it get out. It doesn't matter anyway. This season has been dry for me, as it has for almost everyone. Perhaps someone else is holding out, but there's simply fewer raid out there.
All right.
If that...
Goodbye. Is it this guy? Will you pay me for me not to kill you? Guards are a short away. They wouldn't get here in time. Pay me. That was a fun thing to do. Randomly threatened a guy. Do I kill him? I wanna, how do I license? Oh, wait. Premium price, fine. Anything to sell a trade? Jurgan Kaltuz. Carbine. Yeah, I wish I knew more about how to how to divine this, because a lot of it kind of just goes over my head. Energy damage 4 to 11, bonus damage 2 physical. That looks pretty cool. Just give that to HK. I don't know if it's better than what he has. I don't think he's just using like a blaster rifle. 1 to 8. That is much better than what he has. Fuck it, why not?
Yes?
What's the point of all the credits if I don't spend them?
Yes, I'm here.
Right. So do I have a license or not? I don't know. But what I do know is that it's 12:30 and it's been 5 hours. And I think that will be a good spot. Dune. Yep, we're on Dune. This is a good spot. We made it to Dune. We're going to go fight the sandworm and get the spice and all that other shit. I say that as if I don't know anything about Dune. I've read the book. So I'm just pulling shit. Yeah, that's a stream for tonight. So I'm gonna end the recording for YouTube here. This is going to be a long video. Thanks for watching if you did though.